Good evening, viewer. You're most welcome to the Nilecast on Westnile Television, where we give you the daily news bulletins of the day, every day from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. My name is Akumaringa Christine. Before we dive into any of the stories, let's first have a look at the news making headlines. In the headlines tonight, Arua District hands over 9 million shilling bridge construction to the district engineer. Westnile cultural leaders discuss peace and conflict resolutions in Arua City. And Parliament of Uganda to honor Minister Ngola tomorrow. This and more in the Nilecast News Bulletin. It's Monday, the 8th of May, 2023, and you're most welcome to the Nilecast on Westnile Television. Now let us dive into some of the stories of the evening. A construction of Sekede Bridge in Logiri Sub-County, Arua District, that will cost over 90 million shillings has been handed over to the district engineer for construction. As in the report compiled by Dennis Oringi, the construction of the bridge will be done using forced on account. Let's have more on that story.
Arua District Local Government has handed over the construction of the Sekede Bridge on Sekede Stream in Logiri Sub-County, Arua District, to the district engineer for construction. The installation of the box culverts bridge that will cost 95 million Ugandan shillings will be implemented under what we call forced on account of the district, that requires the district to take over the work, with the district engineer being the contractor and the supervisor. According to the district engineer, Arua District Tio Williams Oda, the district secured the funding from the Minister of Finance as top-up on the district road fund being sent to the district.
Sekede Bridge had been in our work plans for 2 consecutive financial years, but because of challenge of underfunding, budgets were not disbursed absolutely. For instance, last financial year, our budget under Uganda Road Fund was 317 million shillings, out of which the government only disbursed 164 million, representing 52%. We are now compelled to roll over this work to this financial year. Subsequently, the district wrote to the Minister of Finance to request for emergency funding. We want to thank the government. The Minister of Finance gave us 300 million shillings. Out of the 300 million shillings, we are going to inject here 95 million shillings.
The local council chairperson Logiri Sub-County, where the bridge will be constructed, says due to the bad condition of the bridge, lives have been lost on the bridge, and he appreciates very much the support given by the government to the district, and for the district having at heart the people of Logiri by having the bridge constructed.
Completely and as we must see a low a liquid by resort the others in the project in nature to Yakane can am kit stab delay. They about Lema e Mevo Zivika Kita de Abo, Mingascaro over Jamie. Mingo Scari Caminife, Aparamaziki Bakaru, Wimia Gaye, Deremiti, Amatamanu Dala Metrangu Niku. Mingamanu Kotifemi, Ama Yurisiko, easy Miafadi Zingwa, easy the Afadina Masako, the Adria,
Mamalogiru, Amatonteco, Mongolopi Megan, Ravina, Metotiti, Boka, Vodipia, Metotandrafas, or Drodia, Amanju, Nisidine, the Amesu, Amaka, Medafadi, Drossander, Dia Mavuyo, Badiludria Stanner, Badani, as Idea Marcia, Logiriru, Lesitaba, quite you as a rari.
Alfredo Kwanzi, the LC5 chairperson Arua District, calls on the community to join hands in monitoring the construction of the bridge from time to time, and urges the community members to gather again a sale of the materials that will be used for the construction of the bridge.
Bid approximately 300 million, where part of the money is going to be used here to construct this bridge. And today we have handed over the site to the contractor, who will be monitoring from time to time until such a time that the work is completed. Then we shall come over here for handover to the community for usage. I'm calling the community members to be very vigilant and be monitoring the work here at every stage and all the time, to make sure that nothing goes out, nothing gets stolen from here, particularly cement. So we are also asking them to report, some of those subversive tendencies of selling away work supplies here.
Alfred further says that his interest is quality work, not shoddy work.
Chairman, my interest is quality work. I don't want shoddy work, I want quality work here so that the people here can benefit from the road.
If completed, the bridge will facilitate the movement of the people and their goods to different markets in the district of Arua and even up to the city. Dennis Oringi, Westnile TV, Nilecast.
And more in our stories for the evening. Mayang Anti-Corruption Coalition held its first ever culture institution meeting with the representatives of the Lukbarakari, the Kelalur, Keljonam, Madi, Kakwa and Aringa to discuss the conflict resolutions and keep building solutions and initiatives in the West Nile region. Let's have more on that story. Mayang Anti-Corruption Coalition, in collaboration with Sefa World Uganda, held the first regional meeting with culture leaders of the West Nile region, with representatives of the culture institutions like Lukbarakari, Kelalur, Jonam, Madi, Kakwa and Aringa on the conflict resolutions and peace-building initiatives in the West Nile region.
Does the law recognize traditional justice mechanisms? Yes. We might not have a specific law. Why? Because the informal justice systems are not uniform. We say from clan to clan, you might have different things. From tribes to tribes, you might have different things. So having something uniform, that means you will all be forced. It is not the way you do business. Okay? But it recognizes. Now the catching point is that whatever process you go through, make sure all those procedures and processes are in line with the Constitution. When you are resolving issues, it must be 50-50. Don't be seen to be supporting one side. That is what separates you as a cultural leader. You fail to mediate. Once a round table has failed, you can directly refer these people to the LC system. And if the LC systems also can't manage, and it is an issue of police, it's an issue of life and death, they also what? Refer. If it is a matter they can't handle, they refer to other institutions until it reaches the courts of law.
The culture leaders used the opportunity to discuss the challenges being faced in their different culture institutions.
You remember, the youth do not know the culture they are looking for. This is because the institutions were bad during the period when we were growing, and for them, they see our culture as times as something of the past and something they do not know and associate with. The youth all over the region, not all of them, most of them eat everything, smoke everything, and drink everything, making it very difficult now to bring them to cooperation.
The customary right of the indigenous people to be respected by the civic leaders and the elected leaders. Those are customary land. They are never private or public land. Disputing the position of the faith of cultural leadership in districts for selfish interest by elected leaders and civic leaders. And that's the situation we are in. Our lives are in danger. We cannot move. We have restricted our movement because anything can happen if a government institution can be used to frame, to doctor a charge against customary fee.
Another challenge is, on the positive cultural values and norms, as we are mandated to promote, we have some challenges with other religious sects. They preach and they say we should not perform. And you find that these cultural values, it is very important of our identities, of our young ones, to actually adopt it, and they know that this is where I belong. The drug abuse they have been talking about, through the hard interventions with the elders, the clan leaders, the chieftains, youths, they do not listen much. Now is a fishing community. The flood came in, destroying most of the houses, the properties. The operation of lake came in. Boats, actually the recommended boats and fishing gears, but there is no any issue address how to help the community on economics perspective, like a soft loan from the government, because that is their main economic activities of getting maybe the recommended fishing gears. Or the government can say, I'm giving you this for the boat for you, you can actually have the fishing gears.
Prince Lawrence Opar Angala, the Prime Minister of Kela Rural Culture Institution, stated that this meeting has created a platform to have a unified decision to create a West Nile Cultural Leaders Coalition in order to promote development in the West Nile region.
West Nile is a heterogeneous society. The cultural leaderships are all different, but now, having come together, we are thinking it is important that we form a coalition or a forum under which we can operate with one voice, so that, as stakeholders, we can be involved in all aspects of economic life, socio-economic life, and therefore ultimately cost development of our region. I think we have all realized that it is important that if we can come together, it is easier to handle some issues for the whole region, and then our voices can be heard and we can be more effective. I'm advocating for an association of West Nile cultural leaderships, cultural institutions.
Okumuringa Christine for West Nile Television, Nilecast. More in our stories for the evening. Parliament of Uganda will hold a special sitting to honor the former State Minister for Gender, Labour and Social Development, retired Colonel Charles Ngola. Ngola was shot dead by his bodyguard Wilson Sabiti, who later on also shot himself in the neighbourhood in the neighbourhood saloon last Tuesday. In a notice issued to all members of Parliament, Mr. Adolphe Mwesije Kasuja, the clerk to the Parliament, on May 5th stated that Parliament will honor the late minister in a special sitting tomorrow starting at 2 p.m. And to end our Nilecast for the evening, in the international news, Uganda People's Defense Force conducting a peacekeeping support mission under the East African Regional Force in North Kivu, Democratic Republic of Congo, have recovered 120 heads of cattle from the suspected Nyatura militant men. In a statement issued on Monday, Captain Kato Ahmad Hussein, the EACRF spokesperson, said the successful operation was conducted following the timely intelligence and close coordination with the local community of Buhimba village, approximately 9 kilometers from Kiwanja Town Council. And with that story, viewer, we have come to the end of the Nilecast on West Nile Television. Thank you for being with us from the beginning of the Nilecast to the end of the Nilecast, only on West Nile Television. Please stay tuned to the rest of the subsequent programs that may follow. My name is Okumuringa Christine. Have a good evening.